Tortured. It's from the front row with Johnathan T. Rokford.
Nah, that was a crazy week. Nah. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because I'm a potato. What's up, WPA? It's me, Johnathan T. Rokford, here with another edition of From the Front Row. And folks, I'm going to tell you what, this was a strange week. We actually had to hunt down the Game Changer champion, which was being currently held by the Resistance. His own faction member had to hunt him down. And as he was talking to him, they got into an argument. And the game was on. And folks, Ark was able to defeat him. Luckily, there was a ref walking by. And it was in the backwoods. Luckily, one of our world champ, for some reason, was out in the backwoods. I don't want to know why. I don't care. But our champ was out in the backwoods and actually saw the whole thing happen when he beat him, making himself the new, finally, Game Changer champ. And if that wasn't strange enough, leading up to that happening, Money kept egging the Resistance on, hoping that he would spark something in him to make him challenge him, and he didn't. But Ark decided to challenge Money, and then he beat him. Crazy. All that talk to try to get himself another belt, and folks, he couldn't beat Ark. Then again, it is Ark. He is MDK all fucking day. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about the actual matches that happened, that were counting towards records. And folks, we started the night off with Robert Isaiah Salea, strangely enough, taking on the Resistance. So obviously he was able to find him and defeat him just like the Ark. Not a good week for the Resistance. The man tried his hardest to resist challenging anybody so he could keep his hands on that title for just for 1 week without losing it. Our next match saw Pierre St. Damien taking on Casper 2779. And Casper's been on quite a roll, mostly in tag team titles. Titles. like he ever could keep one on his possession. Matches, singles matches, but not today, not last night. No. Pierre St. Damien, our former Game Changer title holder in his own rights, was able to defeat Casper from the Killer Goons. I don't know what's going on with these people, man. Now here's the one that made me laugh. So after being defeated by Ark, Money went up to the ring to take on Needles Kane. And folks, he had no answer for Needles, as Needles was able to defeat Money. So not only did he issue challenges and talk crap all week about getting his hands on the Game Changer title and add to his collection, and then not getting it, but then he went on to lose his actual match. It's crazy. That's what happens, folks. Our next match saw Bobby Buttercream taking on El Hijo de COVID. And El Hijo, I'm going to tell you right now, has been on somewhat of a tough person to beat trend lately. And except for last night, Bobby Buttercream turned the heat up on him and was able to defeat him and pick up the win. So, could El Hijo be cooling off? Maybe, possibly. I guess we'll never know. Now, here's another match that kind of took everybody and made us do a spit take. Martel the Carpenter versus our Money in the Bank, aka our potluck, aka as Big Mel would call it, the money shot champion, Supreme Knight. I can't wait to see when he cashes that sucker in. But Martel was able to defeat him. And it wasn't even a close match, folks. Martel, like, literally hands down, defeated him. I would say Supreme Knight looked a little despondent afterwards. I keep telling y'all, man. Granted, he lost that TV title like that, but you can't sleep on Martel, folks. He's that enigma that at the right time will just come up and pull out a win on you. Right when you least suspect it. And further action, we had Lady Assassin taking on the Emperor 2K Anomalium, who's actually been showing up to matches. I guess the little sit out didn't work with him, but he lost again to Lady Assassin. I'm still waiting for her to come into her own. I'm telling you, she is going to get a title. You heard it here first, folks. I don't know which one, but I'm telling you, she is going to get one. She's already been in contention for a couple of them. It's just going to be the right timing. Is going to be the key right here. Getting on a nice hot streak, building up some momentum, and picking up that crucial win that's going to put her in a position to get that. You know, who knows? Maybe Ark might feel a little froggy and decide to challenge her for a game changer title. You never know. Ark is kind of crazy. Now, the Thai villain was taking on Dicky Despot. Because I can't say that anywhere. Is it Despo, Despot? I'm going to call you Despot. And he hit him in the spot, too, as he defeated him. That's that OG. The Game Master. The Quiz Master Supreme. The holder of all the cards. Defeating Little Dicky. Yes, that's what I called you, Little Dicky. Till you get some significant wins, you're Little Dicky Despot. Now, here's a match that we thought we were going to go another way, as we had the Professor taking on the Beast. Now, just last week, the Professor was able to dispatch Johnny Rocco. This week, however, he won a close match against the Beast, as the Beast was able to pin him. And before you even think about it, Johnny Rocco said not a thing to him, even though he was sitting in the front row. He didn't say anything to him. He kept his mouth shut during that match. Didn't distract him. No distractions there from Johnny. But the Beast was able to defeat the Professor. That's a high-profile win right there. That's a top 5 win. Now, this match, I don't know why. I think Captain Chaos just likes to be punished. Or the bookers just like seeing him punished. Because there'd be no reason why I would put Captain Chaos in a match against Jermaine Walker. Folks, I wasn't even going to cover this match. It was a one-sided affair that I actually almost felt sorry for Captain. But you can see where I'm going with that. Jermaine Walker just obliterated Captain Chaos. It was like he took a shit and took some Charmin toilet paper and wiped his ass. And that shit on the toilet paper was Captain Chaos. And he just flushed him down the toilet. Sent him into the sewer. Oh, man. Now, as always, we had a triple threat match. and not the championship match. I'll get to that in a minute. And as always, which has been happening lately, the triple threat match turned into a one-on-one. As we had the scheduled match of El Presidente, scheduled to take on Primetime and Ivan Trotsky. Now, I know you're saying, well, I guess Primetime didn't show up. No, you'd be wrong in that assumption. And Yumi would not be very happy with you making an ass of him. Because Primetime actually showed up. It's just that he could not beat El Presidente. So El Presidente picked up the win in the match. Still don't know where Ivan Trotsky is. He must have went back to Mother Russia or something. Or maybe Facebook put him back in prison or something. I don't know. He might be in an interment camp. There was one up here where I'm filming at. Okay, not exactly where I'm filming, but up the road some. Now, tag team turmoil is going on, folks. And has been going on for most of the summer. And we're down to our last two teams of Big Mel and Johnny Rocco versus the Professor. Whoops, sorry, I forgot. He lost. The Darkstalker and the Enforcer. Now, the bookers thought it'd be kind of somewhat funny or exciting to do a little mix-up and have a one-on-one match between the four. So we had Big Mel taking on the Darkstalker, and folks, that one got ugly quick. I don't know what the Darkstalker was doing in that match, or if he even cared, but Big Mel it was straight domination. I mean, I at one point heard somebody backstage said Jermaine Walker was just shaking his head like, what the fuck, dude? Now, in our next singles match for that, we had the Enforcer taking on Johnny Rocco, and these two have battled back and forth. Johnny currently held a 2-1 advantage over the Enforcer, and in the fourth match, the Enforcer was able to pick up the win, which in a match that could have possibly been deemed the match of the night, as it was close, folks. Johnny Rocco opened it up and took control early, and eventually the Enforcer was able to regain control of the match and pick up the win. Now, will that hold true come the finals for the tag team turmoil? Because he will be teaming up with the Darkstalker against the man who dominated the Darkstalker, Big Mel, and Johnny Rocco, who is pretty adept at tag team matches. You can almost say he's a specialist when it comes to tag teams. I don't care what match who you throw in there with him. It seems they always come through. Outside of 2 losses in tag team matches, Johnny Rocco is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to teaming up. And further action, we had number 1 contender matches. We'll start with the TV title, number 1 contender match between Texas Hates You and Ark, our current Game Changer champion. And I guess Texas does not like Arks, as he was able to defeat the Ark and become the number 1 contender for the TV title. That should be interesting, folks. Texas Hates You was a former Game Changer title holder and lost it. Was it Game Changer? No, Triple Threat champion. So he's held gold. I swear you don't know who holds that title half the time. So many people have that slut of a belt, but they earn it. In our other number 1 contender match, we had the always difficult to beat Essential J Masters taking on Bobby Blaze. And, we expected a close match, and it was almost a coin flip, folks. But, as I've always said, when it comes one-on-one, the Essential J Masters is a tough cookie. to crumble. And it held true last night, as the essential Jalen Masters was able to defeat Bobby Blaze and become the #1 contender to the IC title. Now, will he get that title? I will tell you, the last time he went up for an IC title, he lost against his current faction brother, Big Mel. It was a heartbreaking moment. And this time he will be going up against the Darkstalker. Now, should the Darkstalker make a mistake, we can pretty much assume that Jay will probably take advantage of it and possibly pick up the win. But if he does what he did against Big Mel and the Darkstalker is on his game, it's going to be a quick night for Jalen Masters. Just saying, folks. I can't call that one. It's too tough to call. And Triple Threat Championship action. We had Shepard Bane scheduled to take on Johnny the Body and Nergahante. Folks, I sometimes wonder why we have a triple threat title. You know, you go and you schedule a match for it. You find 3 good competitors, and one doesn't show up. It becomes a singles match. And because it was a singles match, and it went on so long, I mean, that match was forever. It took forever. I mean, god dang. I think I went at one point to get popcorn, went to the bathroom, came back, and it was still going. But time ran out on it eventually. And as always, champion's advantage. Shepard Bane retains his triple threat championship. So now he'll be facing 2 new people. Who that may be, I don't know, folks. I don't make these matches. I just report them. In our main event, we had the Wraith, our TV champion, taking on the Lumberjack, Tommy Celsius. And a very good match. Way to end the night off with a bang, as the Wraith was able to pick up a win and retain his title. So, next week, come time for matches, we will see the Wraith taking on Texas Hate You. This ought to be interesting. We already know the Wraith has problems with people named Johnny. Let's see how he does against people from Texas. But that's all we have, folks. Next week's going to be so long. We got Bankiversary coming up. And the Go Home Show. Wow, people try to build up momentum and heat. You wonder where Melvin's been at. Trust me, he's been on vacation. But he's still been watching. He's been laughing too. Some of you guys' picks making him laugh. But he will be back next week. I just don't know what day. Remember, folks, drive safe. Don't drink and drive. Tell your loved ones you love them. Give them a hug. Pat on the back. Call that friend you ain't talked to in a while. Let them know see how they're doing. I'll see you guys next week. Because I will always be sitting there, popcorn in hand, on the front row. Deuces. You know, I hate doing this sometimes. People are so stupid. They are idiots. You see, I see now why Melvin gets so mad. You show me that pic sometimes. I'm like, what? Camera's still on. Oh, shoot!